Right, so just so you know, guys, we got dialogue part 2. So here you can see the full image by clicking here to see the text clearer. This dialogue, you guys can... Hey, what's happening to my cam? There we go. I think I need to do another setting on the webcam to stop that from happening. Okay, I think it's okay now though. It went blurry for a second. Oh yeah, lurker, sorry, no, Billy, nothing wrong with being a lurker. Being a lurker is fantastic. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, have a little read of that if you're curious what it is, but basically the channel explains it. I'm just allowing you guys to make any additions, edits to that dialogue that I wrote before it expires today. Because in tomorrow's stream, we'll be doing the dialogue for the cabin. We'll be sorting out that cutscene and adding the dialogue, and then we got to start thinking about the skills as well as some of the enemies, and that's why I started playing Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age, actually, because I wanted some inspiration for some skill ideas, because they kind of have a job system in that, like a sort of class system anyway, and I wanted to see what sort of skills that they have for the classes in that game. So I really actually like that game. I like how they do the maps and the UI. But I did neglect that Final Fantasy growing up. It's the one I know the least about. Okay, so yeah, there we go, guys. Elites can have a look at that later. But as Will says, it all looks good to me, Rose. I resisted the urge to add some Terry Pratchett style responses. LOL. Well, I'm glad you think it looks good. Okay. Got everything set up. We got the closed captions on. Get Photoshop back up. I'm gonna just remove. I'm gonna change the quest extension task for characters and get rid of Kung's, because we've done Kung's character now. Posted that all up on the Twitter. So it's just Azrael's and White Watts now that we need to do, and then we're all up to date with characters. But I'm going to leave White Watts for a bit. I want to make sure he sends his stuff over first before we do his character. So we'll put that one to the side for now. Okay, so that should be updated, and now let's carry on with this. Okay, so I had another idea for how to change your stripes to blue, by the way, and it's made them look a little bit tidier. What I basically did was copy the layer and I added a blue colour overlay. So that's how it originally looks, the kitty, with the black stripes, but that's how he looks when he has navy blue stripes. It kind of brightens him up a little bit because of the colour overlay, but I think it kind of works better, like the colouring of him. But I've got to just tidy up the coat because it did put a blue overlay over the coat as well, and I did kind of I'm just going to get rid of that, make him a little bit tidier. So he's a floating kitty head at the moment. Looks good, Rose. Yeah, I'm glad you like it, Azrael. And I'm gonna get your character sheet up in a bit so we can reread it. But I think I remember the main details. I think the only thing we need to change now, the face set's done, isn't it? But the one thing we do need to change is the coat on the sprite. We've also got to change the black stripes as well on the sprite. The face is fine like that, yay. He looks badass, yeah? He's looking like a true Khajiit. I'm just getting rid of that so that we don't have, well, actually, it actually looked okay with it behind there. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm satisfied. So let's get that saved. And I'm looking forward to getting your sprite in the stream avatar so we can have you walking across the screen as well, Asriel. Save. My gosh, my green screen chair. What is even happening? It's a good job I'm covering it up. I don't like to show my chair. You see, it's actually red, my chair. The real colour. But I prefer to like hide the chair so you can see more. But it's failing because the green's still showing. Okay, so let's open the sprite. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into RPG Maker. What I'm gonna do is go back and change the sprite coat because I think there is actually a better one. Where's Akira? No, not the back leather sprite for Akira. What I want to do is use the same asset we used for Akira's coat, and basically it's the one that looks like this. We'll try and find it, but we will need to edit it a bit. We'll just need to lengthen it, but it's probably an easier coat to lengthen than the current one that we're wearing. And we're also obviously we're going to change those stripes to navy blue as well. And you're happy with the colour of the pants, I believe. So let's get RPG Maker open. Hi Robson, how are you doing today, Robson? It's good to see you. Happy Monday. Okay, so we'll hide this little set. Oh no, we don't want me on that. I'm happy I can keep my Twitch stream up in the background though. Now we haven't had lag so far, so I'm happy about that. There we go. Answer fine. Tailoring your speech to US audience. Why? What have I said that's US? Did I say a certain word? I forgot already what I said. I can be quite forgetful sometimes. Oh, pants instead of trousers. Oh yeah, that's because I've got, I've got friends. I'm friends with people from the US, so I'm still in their way of speaking now. Just habit. I'm a fake British person. Okay, so let's. I hope I did save your settings, Asriel. I think I did. I did. Yay. Okay, so let's find that coat. Remember when I nearly forgot the tail? We would have been a cat without a tail. Just like when I forgot Kung's elf ears. How embarrassing. Clothing, okay. And I can't remember what this coat was. But it's the one. Oh, I'm gonna look. I'll keep. Oh, I wish I could see more. I wish I could like zoom in because it's so tiny. That works as a long coat, but it just, I don't know whether if it's got the same look. But you know what? I'm going to actually save that as well. Just change it to brown. Just so we can open it in Photoshop and just see what it looks like. But it's hard to tell on this generator because it's a bit small. But this is the size they'll be in the game, so. Thank you, Adriana, for the follow. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day. That would have been a little awkward. My goodness, I have so many assets saved. So I'm just gonna call this walk Azrael Studios #2. I don't want to save over the other one yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a few that could potentially work as long cuts, and I'll save them all, and then we'll pick the one we like best, or make edits to whichever one is best. That was the one we currently have. That one could work as well, so we'll save that too. So you might have a choice here which ones to pick from Azrael. I still cannot remember the one we used for Akira, you see. But we might find it. Who knows, maybe one of the others will look better. You know? We might not even need the same one as Akira. We got a few so far that could work as long coats. Some of them look different in style, but pretty dapper. That's more of a cape. Rags. I'm like, I've got my face super close to the piece here. Because I can't see. So I apologise if it's a bit spoopy. It's in my face. Like, oh, you can't even see it. It's hidden. I'm here like that. Back, and by the way, we Yanks know what trousers are, do you? It's a weird word, isn't it? Trousers, when you think about it. Yeah, I cannot. I do not know the one we used for Akira at all. Looking at this, but we did get 3 different like long kind of jacket coats saved, so we can open those in Photoshop now and pick the one that fits the look Azrael's after the most. So let's do that now. I'm sure we'll find something that works for us. I'm sure we will. We're actually familiar with a lot of old English words. See, pants to us, I don't know if you guys know, but pants to us in England are actually, you know, your underwear. That's what we call pants. So when you guys say, I'm going to take my pants off, and you mean trousers, we're like, what? It's a bit shocking to hear those words. So let's have a look. I think we have 3 to choose from here. They're all different styles. That one looks very posh. See, that one's quite similar, but that one's got the collar. And if we look at the asset, oh no, Photoshop, behave yourself. There we go. If we look at the asset, we do have a collar on here. We could always make the brown a bit deeper if you feel it's a bit light. The red trousers are hidden. In fact, they changed colour. I don't even know. But yeah, we've got that. We've got that, and we've got that. They're all sort of brown long coats. So if there's any that take your fancy, Azriel, let me know. And if there's anything that you think we could edit if you're not sure, and let me know as well. And we'll get those black stripes changed as well, of course. To be fair, if they are in the middle of the room and taking their trousers off, questions would be asked. That's true as well, Azriel. In fact, it's pretty common trope among but to spell colour and greys to rebel against seemingly American and dumb. Yeah, I think colour looks strange without a U in it, to be quite honest. Canadians spell colour with a U, don't they? Thank you for joining the Discord, MLCB1. Good to have you here. Lots of new faces in the Discord lately. I've got Discord open on my phone at the moment because I can see what's going on that way. Unfortunately, I only have 2 monitors, though it would be nice to have another, but I don't have the space. First one looked good as it still had the collar, yes. So this one. Hi Pooh. I didn't link the Discord in that tweet, did I, Rose? Yes, that one. Well, I appreciate you tweeting anyway, and sometimes, you know, there's not enough space, is there, on Twitter to put loads of links in. But I super appreciate you writing a tweet about me. It's nice that people want their followers to know about what I'm doing. It means a lot. Okay, so let's change those stripes first of all. So I'm going to do the same as what I did with the face. I'm going to copy the layer style. So it's made a blue tint to go over what's currently there. We can make it more if we wish. And I think it's slightly made the stripes have a blue tint, although they still look pretty dark. But we do have different settings, and some of them look more blue than others. But we obviously we'll delete the bit with the coat, so that doesn't have the blue tint over it. We don't want a blue tint over that. So screen could work, or linear dodge, either of them. For now we'll use this one, but we can always change the colouring a bit if you need, if you want it to be a little bit more different as well. But first of all, we'll remove the coat so we can have the brown back. And we could always have the old eyes as well if we don't want the blue tint over those. So they look a bit more gold, which is how they're meant to look that way. But if we do that, we can see straight away there's a difference. It's definitely more blue, and the stripes look more blue too. So let's look at the face again. 1 minute, just take your call, so no worries at all, Azriel, it happens. Don't feel you have to watch the whole thing. You go off and do your own thing, and you can always come and look whenever you get a moment. Oh my goodness, what was that alert that just came up, guys? I totally missed it and it's not even come up in my chat. Oh no, I'm gonna have to look at my stream. How am I gonna get this up? Let me get my events up and have a peek, and then I might see. Oh no, I don't think it's come up in my events either. I'm sure it was something saying Humble Bundle though. Did anyone catch that alert? But no, it hasn't come up yet in my alerts. So I'm not 100% sure. I missed who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was a Humble Bundle purchase. So if you're in chat, let me know if it was you. And thank you very much for using my Humble link, whoever it was. I appreciate you tons. Right, let's get this sorted on the rest. I think it'll probably be easy because this is pixels to just use the selection tool for this so we don't get too much of a soft edge. Looking dapper though. Like a dapper kitty. Oh no, so this is the challenge bit now. Now he's at the side. We gotta make sure we don't delete the blue tint on the tail. So we'll have to do things a bit differently. Nearly did then, had to go back. Looks great, yay! I'm glad you're happy with it, Azrael. See, it's not too difficult at all, is it really? And it's worth getting the characters to look how you guys want them. So all going well, looking at the time and stuff. We should hopefully get your character sheet done today too, and that'll leave a time for tomorrow's stream to focus completely on RPG Maker stuff. So probably more than likely we'll be doing the cutscenes and dialogue tomorrow to get the cabin dialogue put in the game, considering it's all going to close today, the suggestions for the dialogue. So yeah, you guys have got until the end of stream to get those dialogue suggestions in. Oh yes, we must not forget the eyes. Hi Edge, how's it going? It's so good to see you, Edge. Hope you're well, my friend. Juice, how's it going, Juice? Smurf character, yeah. Blue Kitty. It's really awesome to finally have a full kitty in the game. So Azrael is our first official full kitty character. And I say full kitty because we do have a race that is like a human kitty, the Neckos. Just basically humans with cat ears. But full kitty means you actually have a kitty face and a human body, just like Khajiit's in Skyrim. Very similar. But at the moment, guys, we're just making a little slight edit. Azrael's character, he wanted like very navy blue stripes rather than black, and the default were black, so we've put like a blue overlay over him to get that effect of more of a navy blue than black, which looks pretty awesome, if I may say so. I bought Humble Unity Bundle 2019 and set you as a partner. Oh, it was you, Mason. Thank you so much. I did have the alert come up, but it disappeared before I could peek at who it was. And I was like, I say thank you very much, and I wondered who it was. I appreciate you, Mason, for using my Humble link. Let's have some hype in chat for that, guys. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy that Unity bundle. Yay, thank you for the hype, Azrael and Juice. Hope you're having a good day as well, Mason. Hope your weekend was good. So this is the last one. There we go. How's that, Azrael? So originally he was like that originally, and now we've brightened him up a bit and given him more of a blue. He looks like that. So, and his face is, where's his face? His face is here. Hooray. Mighty, thank you for the follow. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Tempted to pick up a JS course on Udemy ahead of buying the RPG Maker bundle. Looks fantastic, yeah. You should do it, Azrael. You should get exactly what you want. So we're gonna get rid of these other ones. So here he is. We're gonna get him saved now. So I think, did we already save the face? I cannot remember, but we'll do it again. And then we'll get the walk thingy-majig set up for stream avatars. And then we can have you walking across here with the rest of us. And then we'll start a character sheet. Hi, Pooh. Done. Okay. Well, again, might as well use mine as the template. Oh, I didn't merge the layers, so we've just got a flying key head. Looks pretty scary like that. No eyes. Very, very Halloween themed stream. Hi Dras, how's it going? It's good to see you. Kitty mask, I know. Let's merge him. Merge visible. How's it going, Dras? How's your day been treating you? Just a floating head. Sounds like a good Halloween costume, I know. But it's too cute a kitty, isn't he, to be spoopy, Asriel's character. Okay, there we are. My goodness, you're going to be walking across the screen in a minute. I'm excited. I always struggle to spell Asriel's name properly, but I'll be pro one day. Guys, we've not had lag today so far. Don't want to get my hopes up still, but all so far so good, right? But then again, we haven't done a test play in RPG Maker yet. Might do it before the end of stream if we get time, just to say. Okay, so let's just go into Streamlabs, just disconnect for a moment while we get Asriel's character in. Okay, 1 second, hide it again. Basically just need to copy and paste him over. The antivirus said this file is harmful to your computer. No, it isn't. Okay. You just jinxed it. Do you believe in jinxing, guys? I'm not superstitious in the slightest. Cute can be terrifying too. I suppose that's true. Especially how he looked with no eyes. There we go. There you are, Asriel. So, what we need to add you to the whitelist. That's about right, yeah. So have you come up now? Let's have a look. Don't actually believe, don't you, Muffin Mancer? Well, we'll see. If we still have lag problems today, then I'll know for sure I jinxed it, and then I'll suddenly start getting superstitious. Sometimes things just can't be explained and the customers love it. And there I am. You then, is it Azrael? Has Azrael's name come up? I see you there, kitty. You really stand out. It's awesome. So let's probably take a minute for your name to come up, but that's when we know it's working, if your name comes above the right one, because we did have a problem with Kung's. For some reason, when we put Kung's avatar in last time, it said that Kung was me. So we had to like mess about with that a bit to get it right. Oh, it looks like it's working. It's got your name. Yay. It's working. Looks great, Rose. Love it. So cute. Yay. So now every time Azrael's in stream, his character will be there. We got quite a few of us today walking, and it'll build up over time as we get more of you in the game. Yay. Okay guys, so now that's done, we can get started on the character sheet. Permanent fixture then, yeah, 24/7. We can have a kitty on our screen. Okay, I'm the only permanent fixture, guys. My character's there 24/7, and that is something we know for sure, because I'm the streamer. Okay. So, I'm going to close RPG Maker for a sec because we're not using it. And it currently says on Steam, hang on, let me look what it says on Steam. How many hours have I been on RPG Maker now? It counts up the time on Steam. Oh, not 1,000 hours yet. 744 hours so far in RPG Maker. That's still quite a lot, isn't it? And 78 hours in stream avatars. And to be honest, a lot of those 744 hours of me been leaving RPG Maker up unnecessarily. Unneeded Neffel, how's it going? How's it going, Neffel? Hope you're having an awesome day. My goodness, I need water. Do I mean to brag, but I've got 2,970 hours in VXAs and 1,263 in MV. Oh my goodness, man, I'm going to beat you, Jess, right, eventually. I'll beat you. Hope you're prepared. Bring it. I mean, we're not even started, are we, this project yet, really? So we got a long way to go. Those hours are going to get doubled in no time. Leaves it never uses it, joke. Well, I try to avoid having it open unnecessarily now because I want the true reflection of how many hours I've actually been using it. So that's why I've closed it now, because we're not actually in RPG Maker today. We're going to be doing the character sheet. So I'm going to open graphics scale now. It's so weird having the Windows update because everything's changed, the UI. What do you guys think of the new update? Had a pretty bad day, to be honest. Now just want to chill. Oh, well, let's chill together. I'm with you there, Neffel. I've had a horror weekend. So I'm streaming just because some people like have to not stream, you know, but I feel like it helps me, takes my mind off things to focus on something like this. So that's why I'm streaming today. And I could have easily cancelled all my streams this week, but I thought no, I want to keep myself busy. If there are any bits in the backstory doc you think should go into the character sheet, feel free to copy across. Awesome, Azrael. I'll probably keep it to be honest, I might keep it close to what you've all put in the character form, but I'm going to have a quick look at your backstory and I might add something just for a bit more, just to make things maybe a little bit less mysterious about the secret it's got. I might just put something in about that if you're backstory, dark reveals, anything about that, if that's okay with you, that is. Just so people know, maybe that'll be a good idea to do that. Fine with me, yay! I'll have a peek at that soon. We'll just get your sheet set up first and get your colour scheme ready and everything. And once you're ready to start entering the content, that I'll have a look and read then. Yep, I have more hours in Slime Game Builder. 3,382, oh my goodness. Did I just say Slime Game Builder? It's Smile Game Builder. Fail. I have an obsession with slimes. They're cute. As in the monsters in RPG games. They're adorable, right? I want a slime plushie. Which is like a 3D RPG maker. It's a good distraction. Oh, that sounds really awesome. Is it a popular engine? Do a lot of people use it, or is it underrated? Is it an underrated one like RPG Maker? The Windows update has killed a lot of systems here. Keeps me busy, yeah. Oh god, it doesn't happen for our customers, Ashriel. Working point of sale, I don't have to. Oh no. Nothing worse than moody customers or clients. Slimes are great, especially the ones from Dragon Quest. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have a look at what they look like. Because I haven't played Dragon Quest, so I want to see now. There is a monster asset pack I got with lots of good, cool custom slimes. We're definitely going to have slimes in our game as enemies at some point because they're just too awesome not to have. Thank you for streaming. You're very pleasant. Till the next. Thanks, Billy Beans. I'm very happy you think so. I'm trying my best today. But I'm happy. I'm happy, guys, that you think that. See you, Billy. Thank you for the stream. Yeah. Okay, let's get this character sheet open. Who are we going to use as a template? So we got a few choices of who we could use as the template for Azrael, and I'm going to pick the one that probably has a similar amount of text in it. So I'm just going to get your Google form up. You are awesome, Raz. Thank you, Elite. So are you. They look like blue Hershey kisses with eyes, yeah? I'm going to see a picky now. Smile! I nearly said slime again when I read that, just right. It's not quite up to par with RPG Maker yet, but the devs are updating it to complete more and more, and it's come a long way since release. Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, because it's 3D, I probably wouldn't be able to use it because I'm very clueless when it comes to 3D stuff. I'm a 2D person, but I'm very intrigued for sure. Okay, so you have 2 lines there for your goal. Just get it up so peeps can see. Awesome, but we have a little bit more info here for your secrets and all this stuff. I feel like I want to burp every time I stream. I want to burp. That doesn't happen in real life when I'm not streaming. User query, how rude. Yay, we'll see you soon, Asria. How rude indeed. I need to see these icons extra large so I can actually see how much text these character sheets have. Okay, so Where are the gal files gone for these character sheets? I've only got the PNGs here for some reason. Oh, that's because I've got it on PNG as the file type. Duh. I'm silly sometimes. Okay, so we use this one. It seems like we use this one a lot as our template. We have a bit less text at the bottom. Oh, it's not coming up, graphics gal. Let's get it up. Graphics scale. There we go. Mr. Blade Brown, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an awesome day. They were kind enough to release one of my monster packs on Steam as DLC. I never expected to be approached by them like that. Oh my goodness. That's really cool. That's freaking awesome. Congrats, Dressray. I want to see this monster pack. Now, if you want to shout creative work, feel free to. Okay, so. Yeah. Let's pick the colour scheme first for Azrael, but first we will save over this one for Azrael's name in there. Was working on dialogue, sorry. Oh, never be sorry, Elite. It's awesome that you're even doing the helping me out with the dialogue. I appreciate it, Tons. You're very good at dialogue, Elite. You have a good way of turning mine into something that sounds a lot more natural than what I've written down. Look at those cute emotes, Nethel. Okay, so that's out. Now we're going to have to pick a colour scheme for Azrael. I'm going to just have a peek at what colour schemes we don't currently have in our character sheets, because I've said this before, I like each character sheet to have a different colour. Now I like that colour to represent the character as well, or complement the colour of the character. But my dialogue is like, hi Bob, the sun sure is bright. Fair enough, Dressray. I mean, it's completely optional, guys. If you want to help with the dialogue, it's awesome. But if your strengths are elsewhere, then totally fine to step back from that side of things. But if inspiration ever strikes, if you happen to look at the dialogue and you think actually it might be cool if we have that, then feel free to say. Totally up to you guys. But we do have plenty of times when the community can get involved. In some of the earlier streams we had a lot of world building streams, and in those streams we put up tons of polls for decisions and ideas. So maybe you'll have some stuff to suggest for those world building polls in the future, because we've not done any of those in the last few weeks, but it'll be fun to start doing them again. I have them saved. I take screenshots of all of the polls we do for an archive, and maybe when we do the website I'll put them all on there. We'll see. Same, I'm not great with words. Not bad, but not great with it. Fair enough. I mean, it's something that some people have a natural ability in, maybe things like writing. But you can get better. Practice, maybe. I have zero visual artistic talent now. Can't use a coloured pencil to save my life. There we go, exactly. We've all got our strengths. Dressray has his strengths. And Elite has his strengths. This is why teams exist, yeah. It's amazing. It's awesome, guys. Okay, so, I mean, Azrael's character is blue. So, have we got a blue character? I think we've got a couple of blue character sheets already. We have Swedish Beard and Finchfish, but she's more turquoise. So, we could use a light blue for Azrael. I'm going to open those sheets, though, so we can use them as a sort of reference. because I think blue would be a good colour for Azrael's character sheet, considering his character's blue. So we could... This is definitely more turquoise than blue. This one's definitely blue. So we could just probably maybe use a lighter shade of this one, maybe. And see how that looks first of all. I'll get the colour coding. Teamwork makes the dream work. Huzzah. Okay. So if we make that we'll see how this colour goes, but we can always change it. Maybe when Azrael comes back, if he'll prefer a different sort of colour. Hi Azrael, welcome back. My system doesn't look like nothing on screen. Turns power on. Oh, how did you do that? And thank you so much for the follow, next of kin. It's good to meet you. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. I want to burp again. Will posted that monster pack to creative work. Yay! I'll look forward to seeing that. Every day, man, every day. I'm back, yay. I have a hard time recognising you on the photos without glasses. Hi, Angry Moose. Yeah, do I look completely different without glasses on? Most of the time in real life, I wear my contact lenses, to be honest. I'm not much of a glasses wearer when I go out, but I wear them on stream because they're so much better for my eyes when I'm under lighting. I used to not wear my glasses on stream, and literally my eyes would just like water and it would look like I was crying. It wasn't a good look. So glasses have kind of become a thing now for me on stream. Rosa cousin base, yeah. Glasses can definitely give you a different kind of look for sure. That colour works well, Rose. Yay! Yeah, I thought blue would be perfect for you, Azrael, considering you've got a blue character. And it doesn't seem that there's a sort of medium shade of blue currently that's already been used in a character sheet. The closest one was this one, Swedish Beard's character, the sorcerer. But we can make yours like a slightly lighter shade of blue, and then yours will look a bit different, because I do like to change the colours so they all look different and show off the characters' personalities. So we just need to have a secondary colour for you now. So I mean, Beard's secondary colour is like a very bright blue, but we could use a different colour for your secondary colour, Azrael. So if you have any ideas for what you want that to be, let me know. I mean, anything that complements the blue would be awesome. It doesn't necessarily have to be a lighter blue. Could be any colour that goes well. Could be a colour that your character is, like it has gold eyes or a brown coat. Maybe it could be one of those colours, or just any random colour that goes with the blue. How about a red? A red would work well too. Let's see how do you want a deep red or a bright red? So we could go for more of a maroon where it's darker, or we could go for a super pale red, or a medium red, or a bright red. Deep red. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do think the deep red probably stands out more than how a bright red would on the blue. So that looks pretty neat, a maroon. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? What do you reckon? But we need to check. We got a few little bits to change. We don't want this yellow border here. So what I'm going to do is... How does the border colour differ usually from the normal one? How much lighter? Okay, that's cool. Now I know, so. Oops, I wasn't meant to change that one. I'm a silly. Yeah, I've got to write the colour code back in. So it's 36. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, it looks good. Huzzah. It looks cool, doesn't it? I mean, two very different colours, blue and red, but it just shows that they can complement each other. Are red and blue opposite the colour wheel, or is it red and green? Can't remember which ones are the opposite now of red. Okay, so now we have to just change the info. We don't want Gamer Smacks info there. We want Azrael's. So, let's get your name in first. I always start at the top and work my way down to the bottom when I'm doing character sheets. Best way to know what you've done and what you haven't. Red and green are opposites. Oh yeah, so it's red and green, not red and blue. The red and blue look cool as well, but it's true that opposite colours of the colour wheel can complement each other very well and stand out against each other. Look at Azrael's kitty walking across. Okay, so I'm going to keep one letter there. I always usually do that, so that I know where it needs to be aligned. Letter, oh yes, I have to get, let me just cross that off a sec. I need to get the fonts up. Character sheet fonts, because if I didn't know what the fonts were, we'd be here forever trying to work out the sizes of the fonts. I mean, we only use 2 fonts on the character sheet. This one here for the titles, called Enchanted Land, and we use Georgia for the smaller text, but they're all different sizes. Sometimes it's so much easier to know all those without having to guess. So Enchanted Land, size 70 is the one, and Azrael Studios, aka Azrael. Your character is called Azrael, right? I'm pretty sure. I'll have to have a peep at the Google Doc. And that is 100% spelt correctly, I believe. I'll move the Z a bit closer to the A, probably, because for some reason it seems to like the A being far apart. But it looks better closer, doesn't it? I think so. It looks weird when it's like that. Okay, so that's centered. Type 2. I mean, I'm super happy. We've got a very wide range of cast going on. Azrael's character's like a sad ex-army member, and they're super interesting. I'm looking forward to reading the backstory. I wanted to do that over the weekend. In fact, I wanted to do a whole character sheet over the weekend, but you know, life. But that's not going to happen every weekend. Most weekends are going to be more productive than that. But you sometimes get those times when you're not able to do things. You had other things on your mind, Rose? I know that, yeah. It's like the most eventful weekend for a while. So, probably the most in months happens. Okay. And the Windows update didn't help there either. No computer at all on Saturday. I was dead bored. Didn't know what to do with myself. You know, when you don't have a computer, it's quite hard, isn't it? It makes you wonder what people did in the days before the 90s, before computers existed and the internet. Okay, aka Azrael. Let's get a form up. Yep. I was pretty sure his name is Azrael, but I wanted to double check. I'm using 28 for the font. Yay, and that actually looks fine. We don't need to change the spacing. And you're not a human ally, but you are an ally. So we gotta just change the race, but we can keep the ally. You are not a human. Imagine if I left that there. And people are like, doesn't look human to me, looks like a kitty cat. Oh. Yeah, I have a ton of layers. Is that I'm known for leaving things and forgetting, so you never know. I could have left it, just like I forgot Kung's ears. I'll never forget that I forgot her ears because she's an elf and I made her have human ears. Feline ally. We do call the race felines, don't we? We do. Yeah, I moved the ears again very far apart. I'm just gonna we only need that there. Awesome. Also, I realised I forgot to change the colour of the dark part. We need to give it more of a blue tone. So yeah, that's it, that's blue. Because if you notice, it's more brown there. I do like to make the dark part the same colour scheme. Looks even better now. And you're a major NPC, so we don't need to change the bit in the banner. Right, now I'll enter your text, but before we do that, I am going to have a little read of your backstory. Let's get that doc open and have a peek at what it says. So it's in the Discord. Ooh, right, so it's a doc. Hope this will open on my computer because I don't think I've got a software for opening docs. Maybe it will. apologise for spelling grammar. Now it's a rough draft. No need to apologise at all. It's understandable. Main thing is that you've got your info down. Okay, so I'm gonna get this open on my display capture because I don't have a window capture for this. So let's zoom in. Gosh, it's been a while since I've had a doc software open. Open Office Writer is what it is. So my goodness, I don't know how to use it. How do I zoom in? Is this it? There we go. I always use Google Docs now. Okay. Oh, right. How many pages have we got here? Should we read it all out loud? Raised from such a young age, he has no memory of another life by the military. Azrael was changed. Changed? Oh my goodness, I cannot speak. Azrael was trained to not only be a deadly assassin, but to also follow orders without question. Ooh, it is an interesting story because it like brings into, do you follow your duty and the law and what you're told to do, or do you just follow what you believe is right in your heart? I'm more of a person that follows with what I believe is right. What about you guys? When you're at work, first error should have been before the military. No is it all in. What we're probably going to do, I'll read this out and I'll probably just likely grab the bit that reveals your secret and put that in the catch sheet, but we'll see, because I haven't decided yet. As he grew his skills advanced, by the age of 12 he was able to beat even the most skilled military veterans. It was at this age, though, that he started to consider what was beyond the walls of the castle. Not willing to disobey the order to remain, he began to speak with the castle servants about the world outside. Over the following years, his knowledge of the outside world increased. Many of the stories of the army's violence he dismissed, as he had been told by his commanders of the violent rebels in the surrounding country. He knew these crimes were their work made to look like the army. This is really cool as well, I just want to say, because this story in itself adds another faction to our game. So it's always cool to like have more stuff for ideas that builds the world in the game, and this is definitely something that does that. Are you all sitting comfortably? Yes. Are you all sitting comfortably, guys? Because I'm reading a story. It's story time. I'm reading a story to you all. The story of Azrael. Right, where were we? He knew these crimes were their work made to look like the army. At 18, he was sent on his first mission. Several veterans were sent along to ensure the job was done. They needn't have bothered, as even they were shocked by his efficiency and skill. What followed was many years of missions, each more difficult than the last. Each time he left the castle, he saw more and more that caused him to doubt the stories that rebels were the culprits of the atrocities. Years later. Ooh. Walking the barracks, Azrael feels isolated from the other soldiers, as his reputation meant very few, even seasoned veterans, would come close. He still spoke, and I apologise in advance if I ever say a word wrong. Sometimes my brain melts when I'm reading, so I'm not sure if I should be an audio, but a reader, in case I say. Boop! Hi there, folks. Hi, Battle Sandwich. How you doing? It's story time at the moment. Hope you're doing okay. Right, to walk in the barracks, yeah, we've read that a bit. Trials and missions meant that only a few that had known him from a young age would still acknowledge him. About to speak with his superiors about his next mission, Azrael is stopped by one of the servants. Azrael, you must leave the castle. Do not go on this mission. They are lying to you. Before Azrael can say anything, the servant runs off. So we're in the castle. Imagine if we have a flashback sequence for this. I was thinking flashback sequences would be pretty cool Like if there's ever a period in the game where we need to go into a certain character's backstory or something and find out more about them, sometimes they can be more interesting to watch flashbacks than just a complete load of like exposition and dialogue, you know, for describing the backstory. Sometimes actually seeing, like going into the past and watching a flashback can be quite cool. Yay, that could work well. I love story time. Yay! I'm glad, Cornelius. Just a little flashbacks now and then, building to the full story. Yeah, it doesn't have to be something that's constantly happening, but like at important times like this, like if we meet Asriel's character and we're doing his quest line and we want to show something relevant, if you know what I mean, to the quest line that could give us a bit of insight, then it would definitely be handy to show a flashback then. I always feel only when it's necessary or relevant or we're going to learn something about him that's important for us to learn. But yeah, flashbacks unnecessarily wouldn't be good, but yeah, it's definitely good for finding out about characters. Doing all right overall though, digging 3 tiny brown needles out my foot with needle tweezers. Oh no, that sounds nasty. Sounds painful. Oh no, bowel sandwich. I hope it's okay. Hello Raz, hello other people in chat, how are you guys doing? Hi True Baldy, how's it going? It's so lovely to see you again. How are you doing? I hope you had a good weekend. So this morning specifically, yeah, my weekend was eventful, I was meant to say. Computer was completely out of use on Saturday because Windows update. I have no idea it was going to take that long, and next time in the future with Windows updates I'm going to do them when I'm asleep, not in the middle of the day. Oh my goodness, 129 brain drops, True Baldy. You are going to be there in no time. Story stuff is cool out, and flashbacks are probably going to be a really good way to handle many different characters' backstories. I prove, yeah, and Asriel and maybe even Legion's, Akira's characters, are 2 that already have a very detailed backstory, and the others haven't really been decided yet, but that doesn't mean they're not going to have one. They will, I'm sure we're going to think of theirs as well over time. And the flashbacks, we can like do something to kind of indicate it's a flashback, like maybe make the colouring a little bit more desaturated or something, some kind of indication that it's the past. I think as long as we make it very clear that the player is watching a flashback, otherwise people might get confused and wonder where the hell we are. Was it the function update? 1903 sounds to me like it. No idea. I have no idea what it was. All I know it was a Windows update, and I just had like a pop-up come up saying time to update to restart your computer now, and that kept coming up daily, so it was getting on my nerves. So in the end I thought, yeah, I'm gonna do it now, and it was like 1 in the afternoon or something, or very early on in the day, and then it was late at night and it still hadn't finished. Oh no. They get pretty annoying. Yeah, it took forever. But it's done now. We've got a working computer. Had to fix a lot of software when it came back on because stuff wasn't working, like my microphone. But it's all working now. We've got our RAM upgrade as well now. We've gone from 8GB to 16. So, yay. And all so far so good. We've not had any slow computer today, but I don't want to get ahead of myself or get my hopes up yet. But so far so good. I'm not going to jinx it. Okay, let's carry on with story time then. Right, we were here elsewhere in the castle. Are you sure he will do it? Yes, my lord. He believes the army acts on the behalf of the king. He suspects nothing. His guards will be no match for Asriel. Ooh, and you know what's so interesting? We have got a king in this game already. One of our characters in the community is actually a king. So we have a king. It's great. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's more than one king in this world. But so far, we probably only got the one king. But, you know, there's going to be different regions. It'll be fun to build a world map together. Because it's all improvised, the story as we go along. We'll probably reveal regions of the map as we go along. So at the moment, we've just got Lakefall and Everbloom. We don't know if that's north, south, east or west or wherever yet. We'll have to, I'd say that once we've finished the Everbloom Forest section of the game, we'll start talking about the world map and like placing the locations that we've talked about so far, where they could be in the world. And then we'll just slowly reveal more over the course of the game. We're not going to like do the map, all of it yet, because that would be too overwhelming. But yeah, I'd say slowly revealing it would be cool. With the episodic nature of the game, it makes sense, I guess, to do it that way. Trust me, don't use that character for the king. Is this an evil king then? Is this yeah? But having more than one king in this game is totally fine. Like it's going to be a big world. There's different continents and regions, I'm sure. And one king of one region doesn't mean they're the same king for another region, of course. So, but it was funny just to think, what if it was the same one? But now completely asleep from the hip down, from how weirdly bent I had to have it. Oh no. You sound like you're managing okay though, Battle Sandwich. You're being brave. I'd be crying. I don't like pain. You'll see why soon. We'll read more and see. Good, we can take no chances on this one, and of course he will never make it back from this mission. Should we zoom in so you guys can see this better? I bet you're squinting. Who never make it back from his mission? What? Of course, my lord. He has served his purpose. I have a highly skilled team ready to tie up any loose ends. Oh my goodness. These people. Continuing towards the briefing room, Azrael cannot help but reply the brief conversation with the servant. He had heard stories for years that the army were committing crimes, but he had always been told it was the rebels. The rebels are lovely, aren't they? They're sweethearts. Entering the briefing room, he sees his commander as always, but also here was the cardinal. Why? Azrael. Early good, let us begin. Don't worry, I'm going to read out the typos as if it was just normal. Gathering round a table, Azrael recognises a map of the Dagger Coast. Dagger Coast? That sounds badass. We have learnt that the leader of the rebels is hiding here in the Dagger Coast. He has disguised his men as royal guards to avoid suspicion. Ooh. Listening to every detail, Azrael cannot help but think that this doesn't seem right. Why royal guards? Why not just regular soldiers? Why the Dagger Coast it is normally patrolled on a regular basis. We have scouts in the area that have already confirmed his presence, so you are not to enter the building. Simply deal with his guards and destroy the building with him inside. My goodness. Let me see what chat's saying and then we'll carry on. My bet is on Previously Evil. Had a change of heart, blew up his castle and moved to a forest to live out the rest of his life as a hermit. You've read it already? Do you mean to give us spoilers? I heard Dagger Coast for a sec. LOL. Dagger Coast does sound much cooler though. Yeah, my accent probably made it sound like Dapper, didn't it? But I think it's cool that we've got locations already planned out. There's a few that have been mentioned from this and Legion's story and some of the character sheets as well. They've mentioned possible locations in the game, so it'll be fun to like just get the map and we'll be like Evergreen Forest could be here and that can be there, that can be around that area, and just have an idea. Be cool, be fun. And yeah, things can move about, I suppose, if we're not sure. We don't have to add them to the map necessarily just yet, because we might still not know where really they should be. But in episode 1 we'll probably like barely go anywhere really. We'll be in the Everbloom Forest and probably the part after that maybe. But we're going to have lots of episodes and go to more places over time. I love your accent, to be fair. I wish I had the time to go through all the VODs to catch up on the stuff. Awesome. Well, the VODs are all there, guys. They're on Twitch, but they're also on YouTube as well. So whatever you prefer to watch stuff on, really. And so they're there. You can watch them whenever. You can just like skim through them if you're curious, if you don't have the time. But it's pretty cool. You found us quite early on. We're still in our first 50 streams of Raindrop Chronicles, which is very early on in the project. And welcome, Fikran. Welcome to the stream. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. It's good to have you here. But Martin, yay, early on. Hope you people are doing well. I'm doing okay, Fikran. How are you today? I hope you've had a good weekend. You seem very fun. Thank you very much. I'm glad you think I'm fun. If you want to read more about our project though, we've got a command here. So if you're curious, take a look at that. We're making a game together, aren't we, guys? It's a fun little retro 2D RPG style of a game. And yeah, we're having a blast, aren't we? Don't worry about how to pronounce my name. There's no right way to pronounce it. Cool, that's awesome. It's the Q that throws me. But yeah, the pronouncing name thing, sometimes I get that wrong. So, but welcome. It's good to meet you. And I like your cute emotes as well. So where were we in the story now? We're currently reading one of our characters' backstories. So this, in case you're curious, if you just come in the stream or you're lurking and you're wondering what this doc is, it's one of our characters' backstories. Okay. Right, that's where we ended. Destroy a building with him inside. Alarm bells again. This is not how my missions normally go. All these years and every time I dispatch my enemies, but hand or by blade to ensure the job is done. Why simply burn down a building? Yeah, I'd be suspicious too. I like how your character is very, you know, he thinks about these things. He doesn't just do things blindly. He is like kind of questioning it. You will leave immediately, Azrael. Supplies are waiting for you and the scouts led by Hatcher await your arrival. With that, the commander and Cardinal walked out the room and began to talk. Hatcher will ensure it's done. Dagger Coast, new scene. So are we halfway through now? Oh, we're actually getting close to the end now. Hope you're ready, guys, because things are going to go down with this story. I like RPG games. I've never seen someone attempt to make one. It looks very fascinating. Yay! Have you heard of RPG Maker MD? That's the software I'm using for this. I'll get the command up for that too. It's actually very good for people that aren't that are new to game dev. I actually started using that software when I was about 12, and I managed to make something, funny enough, but it was very, very bad because I was so young. The story was terrible. How are you going about making this stuff? I thought make myself, but never figured out the logistics. Oh, perfect. Well, that command there and that link that's just gone in chat, have a read of that. See if something like that takes your fancy. Because it's the perfect software to make an RPG in, like a 2D sort of old school style RPG, if that's what is appealing to you. Very, very beginner friendly. Very friendly for people who haven't even coded before. You might have to watch some tutorials to get the hang of it, but you can pick it up. If you're not terrible at learning software and that, you'll pick it up. Heard of it, yes, but never been savvy with these things. Never had enough time usually. Fair enough. Well, at least you know now there's something there. And I definitely think it's a good one to start off with. Some people use Unity and more advanced programs, but yeah, there's a big learning curve with coding languages and softwares like that, whereas RPG Maker is pretty much, I mean, I've had to do minimal code so far with it. It's pretty much it's very, you know, there's a bit of scripting involved, but it's not too bad. And there's a support forum that's pretty helpful as well. Only takes about 1-2 hours of YouTube videos to learn. It's a great way to get into game dev stuff. Anyone can do it, I agree. It's not overwhelming or intimidating at all. And it's not too bad. I mean, it is a little bit pricey, but there'll probably be a sale later on in the year. There usually is, and you might get it for a decent price then. Okay, let's finish this story then. Games are a great way to tell your stories, yeah. And this is why I'm doing this more than anything. It's for storytelling reasons and for us as a community to tell stories together. That's kind of the primary reason I'm doing this more than anything. I'm aware that I can get into it if I invested the effort. It's not the highest on my list of interest at the moment. Something I might look into a bit later. Awesome. Well, at least I'm glad that you came in the stream so you know about it at least. David Bowie went into music because he wanted to be an entertainer, a showman, but now yeah, it's pretty cool. He was a pretty great musician. My brother wants to become a game developer himself, so he might take this more seriously. I can only imagine myself a hobbyist at most. Oh, okay, you could let him know about it then. That's super cool. And it's fine to be a hobbyist too. Totally fine. Oh, if you're interested in RPG Maker, there's a sale on a bundle right now. Like a bundle, rather. Oh yeah, Battle Sandwich. And yeah, that link got put in my Discord. And I put my partner link after it as well, so you guys can use my link if you are interested. And these a little bit of money, but ace. And bunch stuff is in the meal tier thingy. Yeah, the bundle's really good if you're interested in having a look at the other RPG Maker softwares as well. Machines and clickety things and whatnot. Yeah, that's what I'm bad at. Machines and tools. Don't get me near them, guys. Neat, noted. Yeah, let me get my link for you. Let's just get the Discord up, guys. I'm just going to go on this screen a bit, because you'll see all my private info otherwise. Where did I put it? It was in general chat. I have to go back a little bit, though, because it was a few days ago when it got posted. Yes, I'm just going to put the link in chat. I think Azriel did it on his tweet the other day. Oh, you've done it already. Awesome. And this one should link to the actual RPG Maker software as well. So if you don't want to look in the search box, there's that link as well. So yeah, feel free. We had someone kindly use my link today to buy a Unity, something related to Unity. Yay. Okay, so let's go back to the story. Arriving just before evening, Azriel sees the signal from the scouts. Moving into their camp, he is surprised to see so many of them. All they had to do was count troop numbers and confirm the target was President. Why 12 men? Azriel, I am Hatcher. We have been expecting you. He has 6 guards with him, and they are well trained. You are to dispatch the guards and burn down the building with the target inside. Watching these scouts move around their camp, his mind went back to the servant's statement. No, he needed to follow orders and complete the mission as he always did. Leaving their camp, he moved into position, waiting for night to fall. Ooh, I don't want to look ahead. I don't want to spoil myself. Fire. Shouts should be. I'm terrible at shouting. Fire, that's how I say it. Shouts could be heard from inside the building, but it was already too late. The building was ablaze and the doors and windows were barred from the outside. Looking around him, he counted the guards' bodies to ensure none had been missed. 6 as expected. Azriel recognised one of their faces. Let's have some water before we carry on. A fine job as expected, Azriel. They told me you were good, but taking out 6 elite guards so easily, I can see they were right. Hatcher and his men were walking towards you as you stand over the guard. What were they doing here? Scout should have left by now, unless... We have sent word to the Cardinal of your success. Well done. Now if you would kindly drop your sword. A smile crosses Hatcher's face. You see, we cannot possibly allow the killer of the king to walk away alive. What the freak? What the freak's going on here? Realization's a good job we're not using that king. After all, like you said. Realization crashes in on Asriel's mind. He has been tricked, just as the servant said. The stories were true. The army really was controlling the people that killing those that resisted. Now he realised the king was not aware. Had he killed the king? The guard at his feet grew up with him in the barracks. I understand you are a man of few words, Asriel, so I will pen a suitable confession of your crimes for you. You are all going to die. 3 of them were dead before they even saw his blade. The coronation of the cardinal was a disgustingly lavish affair, marred only by stories of senior members of the army being found dead. The cardinal and his general were feasting and drinking, their elite guards lining the room as they joked and laughed about their true rise to power. Long live the true king. When the servants entered the throne room, and with more food and wine, they found everyone dead. The flag of the last king flying above the throne. My goodness. That was the twist, but you kind of knew that something was coming. It was certainly leading up to it. But that's super cool. I'm looking forward to doing that flashback of that story, Asriel. And feel free, if you ever want to update the draft, that is cool too, if you want to do that. If there's ever anything else you want to add over time. Because we're going to have a lot of time probably before we get to this part of the story. And let's catch up with chat. One issue that I face when it comes to these community-based things is, how do you deal with artistic direction? Are you the only one writing the story while the community act as a complementary pieces, or does everyone have a piece at the steering wheel? I participated in a handful of community RPGs and we faced a lot of issues deciding where the story was going. Oh really? You've been part of others before. What were they? Because that's super interesting. That knowing that there's others out there who have these sort of projects. So I thought this was something that wasn't very common, so it's interesting to know that there's others. But I the way I'm doing it is I have control. I see myself as a sort of DM. Like if you think of Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, you have like a DM, don't you? So I'm kind of the DM and I kind of control where the story goes. And you guys are sort of the players in the story, I guess. But so I'm taking a bit of D&D inspiration, especially with the way the story's improvised, because we don't actually write it or plan it. We don't yet know what the plot of the actual story is, or what the climax is, or how it's going to end, or even who the main antagonist is yet. There's a lot of question marks over that. We're doing it as we go along, and we're still very early on. We're still in the first chapter, the first episode of the game, so there's barely been anything decided in terms of story. But the way we do it is we just write a bit at a time. So we have an Instagram and everything's going on there basically, and every time we want to write a bit more of the story, I basically write a couple of lines, a paragraph, and then the community can submit what they think should happen next in the story. Whoever wins the votes, whoever tops the poll, will be where we take the story. We do it in sections at a time so we don't get overwhelmed. So we've only done 2 so far, and they're both on the Instagram. So chapter 1 part 1 and chapter 1 part 2. So we're just trying to keep it as organised as possible. And I feel like we need to have that approach because things could easily get out of control. I agree. A community project could easily turn into chaos if not managed or organised right, because there's just so many different ideas. So I feel like that is the best way to do it, how we're doing it so far. I mean, who knows, things might change over time if there's more effective approaches, but right now, this is kind of the way we're going about it. And anyone, let me catch up with chat because damn, I've rambled on and I'm super behind. Welcome to the stream, Scratch. Thank you so much for that follow. How are you doing today? This seems cool. Yeah, I'm glad you think so. I'll just leave you guys with a couple of commands. We good to have an FAQ page on that link tree, by the way, and some questions are answered on that. I'll be using that FAQ page as the sort of thing people should look at first until I make a website. and when the website's done, that'll be where I send people then. And also, I'll let you know, you can be a character in the game when you've got 500 raindrops in the stream, and raindrops are our stream currency. Let's catch up with some chat, because I did get behind then. Hey Rose, what side of the Everbloom Forest is the monster Rose is being sacrificed to relative to Lakefall? North, east, south or west? Well, I can actually show you guys what Everbloom Forest looks like. I will do that now because we've read Azriel's story now, so we're at a good time to have a little peek at something else. So we've got RPG Maker up here, but let me get my paint file up as well, because I actually have another file that I want you to look at in regards to the Everbloom Forest. And yeah, people like you, Elite and Battle Sandwich, who have only been in the stream a couple of weeks, haven't actually seen much of the Everbloom Forest yet, have you? So it will be it'll be handy to show you guys that, because I think like the weeks before you joined our community, guys, I was very much doing a lot of the parallax mapping and level design of the Everbloom Forest. I'd literally just finished that when you guys first came to my streams. I cannot find this paint file at the moment. Give me a minute, guys. But it's a super cool thing, and I want to show it you, because this is kind of how I'm going to design the maps as we do different dungeons and locations. But it's got lost. It's got lost. I'll catch up with chat first. Sure, there was somewhere. That's a good approach, though, I feel like. Yeah, I'm glad you think so, guys. I'm just going to try and like make sure it's all done as organised as possible. And if there's ever any issues, and we're like, actually, this isn't working, things are getting a bit complicated or messy doing it this way, we'll just adjust the way we do it. We'll just see where things take us, but at the moment it's working perfectly this way. We've not really had any problems at all, and I haven't got stressed out at all with how we've done it so far. I've stumbled upon a really niche community. I've been in a forum RP group and also the community of Ace Attorney Online. That's really cool. I'd love to know more about these community projects you know about. I'd like to have a peek at them, even just for inspiration. So if you want to let us know, sure you can. He's big in that community too. Oh, cool. Super interesting idea. Looking forward to see how this will progress. Hi, Rox on TV. Welcome. I'm so sorry I'm so late with responding to your comment. I've been super behind with chat because of my rambling. Welcome to the party, new peoples. Yay, thank you for being so welcoming to the new peoples in chat, guys. That means a lot to me. Appreciate you. Haven't seen it at all, really? Okay, neat. Yes, let's show you then, because you haven't seen it, but I need to find this paint file. Let me get large icons up, because that might help. It's got lost because I haven't had it open in a while. Okay, I found it. We've got it up. So let's get this up so you can see. So this is really rough. This is basically the plan of Everbloom Forest, and I'll actually show you the screens in RPG Maker in a sec, but I'll show you these first. So Lakefall's here. Lakefall is our little village. The first place I ever did when we started this project. So Lakefall is this little village. It's super tiny. We've got a few NPCs here that will probably give side quests alongside the main quest, and we haven't thought of any of them yet. There's going to be a stream in the near future where we start thinking of side quests that can help really flesh out Lakefall and the Everbloom Forest and the lore here, and that'll be super fun as well to do. So we just have a few shops: item shop, armor shop, inn, tavern, just your basic shops you get, and that is, yeah, as you can see, the very first bit. And this bridge here leads to the first map of the Everbloom Forest. So this is the first one, and we have plant enemies and mushroom enemies there. And then the second one here, enemies change to bees and flowers, just for a bit of variety. And the third one is where the quest destination is for the first main quest. And we've got all the enemies we've met so far are here: the plant, the flower, the mushroom, and the bees. We've got all of those there. And I'm going to try and balance those fights so that they're easy enough to defeat for the one player, because we only have one party member so far, our custom hero. And he has to easily defeat them, you know what I mean? We can't have them be too challenging with only one party member. So this is where, you know, we've got a save point here again. I don't know whether this is going to be our official save point. We might change it to something that fits the lore of the game a bit more, but we're just using it for now. And the girlies here are our little sister. So yeah, third screen. As you can see, we just got screen 1 and 2. Few enemies there to fight, then we move on to the cutscene and then the cabin scene, and then Rose will join the party. Even though we're sacrificing her to the monster, she'll be joining us as we do that. So then we've got just screens 4, 5 and 6 then, and screen 6 is where the boss is going to be. That's why I put that cross there, because the first boss is going to be there. The monster will be sacrificing Rose to. Sacrificing Rose to, shall I say, because the way the story's going to go, Rose will not die. She's a main character in the story, a party member, so her death isn't going to happen yet. So something's going to happen, guys, that'll stop Rose dying and stop her getting sacrificed to monsters, but we don't know what it is yet, and that will probably be what you guys decide, because when the time comes, and we'll be writing that together, and whoever comes up with the idea, the one we're going to go for, will be the one that gets the most votes in the poll. So it's all done with voting, so now is the time to think of a good way Rose can survive and not get sacrificed. But yeah, so basically screen 6 is where the boss is, the very last screen of the Everbloom Forest, and it loops back. So there'll be a shortcut here that goes back to screen 1 and Lakefall. So see, this is just a circular loop really. That is kind of the design of the Everbloom Forest. And to me it was very important to put that shortcut there, because nobody wants to go all the way back and have to refight the spawned enemies again, unless you're a massive grinder like me. So you can if you want to grind, but we haven't really talked about the grinding elements in the game yet and how that's going to work, but we'll probably decide it soon. So yeah, that's the gist of it. And if you want to have a look at what screens 4, 5 and 6 look like, I'll just give you a little idea. So this is screen 4. We've got a cave here, so there is going to be a cave dungeon. That's something we know because of this. Whether it's going to be a main quest dungeon or a side quest dungeon, we don't know yet. That hasn't been decided. But that will be decided as well by the community when the time's right. And here, screen 5. Screen 5 is also the screen where the exit is, by the way, how we leave the Everbloom Forest. And that's this path here. So it's this path at the top that leads to the boss, and the path to the left leads to the exit. So something we're also going to have to consider is how we're going to block that exit off, because we're not going to allow the player to leave the Everbloom Forest, obviously, because they've got to fight the boss. So we'll have to somehow block that off, but it'd be cool to be creative about it and think of a way we can't get past this area yet, because the only idea I can think of so far is put guards there and they say you can't come here yet. That's usually what RPGs do, right? They just stick some guards in the way and say not allowed past here. But it'd be cool to think of something more creative than that potentially. And then yeah, final screen, Ancient Overlook here. This is where the boss will be. So we don't know who that boss is yet, guys, but we will decide together when the time comes. And the ladder up here will lead back to Bleskus Gate, and then there'll be a ladder that goes back down here automatically when the player gets here, and then you can go back to Lakefall. So that's the gist of it, guys, for those that never really got to see the mapping of the Everbloom Forest. Yay, okay, got it. So the monster in the Everbloom Forest itself, right there in box 6. Well, it isn't the tree. The tree and this big tree and the little tree are just you know, mobs that are going to be wandering around the area, and they'll be here too, along with the deer and this deer here, because the enemies have completely changed at screen 4 to what they were in screens 1, 2 and 3, and the reason for that is because we're going to have the additional party member Rose, so we kind of need to change enemies so the battles are balanced for 2 people rather than 1. So the toxic plant, the mushroom, the flower and the bee that are in these early screens are going to be quite easy in battle because we've only got the 1 party member, but these ones will probably be a slightly bit tougher. And who's just come in chat? Cares, how are you doing? I'm so sorry for the slow hello there from me, been rambling on as I always do. How are you doing, Kaz? I hope you're having a good day. I'm going to catch up with chat. And you pick her up in box 3. Yep. I'll answer any of your questions, guys, if you need more clarity. But box 3 here, this is the destination for the first main quest. So this is where the cabin is, where the lake is, where all the dialogue we've been doing, guys, where we could potentially push her in the lake. And it all takes part here in screen 3. This is so yeah, that's where you pick up Rose. So once the cutscene's ended, where we get her out the cage and she joins us, she'll join us at that point, and then we just proceed to these last 3 screens, 4, 5 and 6, and this will be we'll have another dialogue sequence here when we get to the first boss as well. So I'm excited to do that when the time comes. But there's a few tasks we have to do first. Like, main thing is we get the dialogue all done, we get it all working, looking good, smooth, have those animations sorted where we push her in the lake and throw the fish at the player, and then work on the enemy skills, work on the very early skills for the first few classes that we'll be playing as, warrior, hunter and vampire. And then once we've done that, we can start thinking about the first boss. Then we'll think of who it is, and we'll think of how that boss will work in battle, and what they'll be like, how hard they'll be, what skills they'll have, and then we'll do the dialogue, what the dialogue will be, and how the story goes, what actually happens to Rose and how she escapes. It could go any direction. I'm sure there's many ways Rose will not get sacrificed. Maybe the hero will save her. Maybe Rose will escape herself. Maybe something else entirely will happen. Who knows? You guys might have some ideas. We know you're wishing that we'd go away, but the Inquisition's here and it's here to stay. Is that some sort of quote I'm meant to know, Elite? Oh, I had a dumb idea while letting doggos inside. Is there any form of religious in the game so far? That's interesting, because we haven't, as I said, we haven't done much lore yet. I do have some polls and lore discussion that the community have done, and when I get the website up and running, I'll make sure that all gets put on there so people can keep track of everything we've got. Otherwise we'll all get confused what the lore is otherwise. So, but I don't believe we do have anything religious quite yet in the game, so that is something we'll probably be discussing whenever the opportunity happens for us. Yay, maybe a tree has fallen and the road is being cleared. That's a creative idea for a forest, for a reason for a blockage. I agree, Elite, that will be super cool. So, fall log or a landslide type of thing, work clue clearing it. I like that you guys have got ideas. So what we'll do, probably in the next few streams, I'll put up a poll in the Discord. It'll be our first poll in a few weeks. It's been a while since we've done one. I'll put up a poll and it'll be a suggestion submission poll, and you guys will be able to say some suggestions, and whoever gets the votes will be who wins. I'll show you guys an example of one of these polls I'm talking about, so you know, because those who have been here for a couple of weeks wouldn't have seen one of these polls yet. So just to give you an idea, I guess. Okay, so this is an example of how we do the polls. This was a very early poll, a horrible massacre happened in Lakeville, the forest village. Who caused it? So we have kind of decided the backstory of Lakeville. There was a massacre in this village, and this poll was for the community to decide who actually was the reason behind the massacre, who was involved. And we all like put up the ideas for who we thought. I said bloodthirsty vampires. Silent and Lost said bandit dragons. There was also, a few other suggestions, Carol or Barrel. And the one that won was the bandit dragons, which is basically, if you've looked at the character sheets, we have reptile antagonists in our game. 2 of them. The 2 antagonists so far are both reptiles. So that's who the bandit dragons are. They'd be people of the reptile race. That if you... Let's get our race sheet up. Where is there we go. Here, reptile race. So yeah, reptiles have kind of become the antagonist just because we have 2 reptile antagonists. So yeah, we know that the reptiles, they won the poll. They got more votes, so the reptiles caused the massacre. So chances are these 2 antagonist reptiles we've got are going to make their appearance quite early on, just because they've already been put as a plot point for Lakeville. So we don't know where their hideout is yet, or why they did this massacre, what they have against the people of Lakeville for this to have happened. But we do know from the character sheets that the reptiles are quite an oppressed race. They feel like humans, are selfish and greedy and want to control the world and all that, and they're kind of the oppressed race of the game, and that's why they've become the enemy of humans. And if you might have noticed, Lakeville is actually a human-only village. We don't have any other race living in Lakeville, so maybe the reason for why they did the massacre was because of they're humans and they just hate them. Because the one of the reptile antagonists' mission is to eradicate all humans, so it kind of would fit for why they did it. But yeah, we have all the graves here of the people that died by this tree here, and there is a bit of lore behind the tree as well. So I'll make sure to get all of these polls so far that we've done posted up, and the polls are kind of something we'll be doing regularly enough when the opportunity presents itself to decide how we will approach the story and some lore. And let's catch up with chat again. Environment's of course, and thank you, Mason, I appreciate it. Oh my god, Master Emerald, thank you for that raid. Here I am rambling on and I didn't even notice. Welcome guys, how are you doing? Did you have a good stream, Master Emerald? I am behind with chat, so I'm going to catch up. I wasn't here for it, but I'm thinking she put a lot of work into it. Yeah, I did. I spent a fair few weeks doing that environment, and it ended up looking far more complex than I originally planned for it. I originally only wanted to do tile sets, but I ended up doing parallax mapping in the end, but it was so worth it because I just got to add a lot more detail to the maps. So I don't regret that decision. Stepped it up. Ladder boss. Oh no, out of arrows, killed by raiders. Hi Rose, how are you? I'm doing good, Master Emerald. Hopefully I can catch up with chat soon. I'll be doing okay. Had band practice earlier, was fun. How's you? I'm doing good, Kaz. I've not had the best weekend, but I'm plodding along, doing something I adore to get my mind off things, and that makes me happy, and I'm glad I'm sharing it with you guys. The Inquisition thing was a reference to the History of the World Part 1 by Mel Gibson. Oh right, yeah, something I don't know about, so that's why I didn't get the reference. Hi Andy Cake, how's it going? It's good to see you. I kind of want to throw together an idea in Discord, basically a semi-malevolent, dark, semi-comic. I mean, we have a Raindrop Chronicles ideas channel, and that channel is for, if you ever guys get anything, pop in there. That's what the channel's for. But more importantly, a super wholesome splinter set that realised they were the baddies a while back and want to try and make up for it. Awesome. Well, like I say, pop your ideas, and it's always good if you guys ever get any ideas. It's nice to know them. Super charitable and pacifist and stuff. Yay! Got a new monitor. That's awesome. And is it a good one? Better than your other one? Have you replaced an old monitor, or have you got a new additional monitor? It is fun to have more than one monitor. I remember the days when I only had one monitor and it was crazy. I don't know how I coped. Apart from Carol. Carol is a human sympathiser. She too must die. Oh my goodness. Are you guys going to kill off Carol the Barrel in your story? I mean, who knows? Carol is going to live for a long time. But like I said, death for the main characters is kind of prevented in the early chapters. But once we get to the final chapters of the game, I'll probably be like, yeah, guys, if you want to potentially kill off any of the main characters, now you can. In the actual main story, that is, because I know this game has a lot of branching paths, but none of these branching paths will lead to anything extremely major like main character deaths or anything. If we do have main character deaths, it will be an actual plot point of the story that will happen no matter what branching path you take. But yeah, final chapter probably for those, because we want to finish people's character arcs first at least. I feel like character arcs are a very important thing, but I'm definitely not against death for characters once they have completed their arcs. So they might be the best in general. Poor dead people. Need to hit up Discord, Lizard Boy idea. Yay, Lizard Boy den. You guys have seen the Lizard Boy character sheets, haven't you? I'm using the same language now as well, so I'm with Lizard Boy. Have you seen our two antagonist lizards and read through it? Because you'll get an idea of how they work, how their mind works. It might help you come up with some ideas even more. And it's because we don't know anything about the massacre, why they did it. It'd be really cool to flesh that out and stuff. Alright, so okay, I'm doing okay. Hugs for Fantasia, guys. Lip colour today is fire. My lip colour, well, I'm the only lip on show on stream, so it must be me. Unless somebody else is here and I'm blind. Sorry for throwing it here anyway. Just then, Discord took ages to come up and I'm excitable. Yay! Is it possible to have one monitor? Chub cheeks. I don't know how I coped. I had one monitor. I think it was 2017 when I finally got two monitors. The year 2017. How did I manage before then? Trying to work again with a single 13-inch laptop screen is a pain. Oh no. You can have as many as your imagination could hold. Don't kill Carol. Carol is living in... We don't know who's going to die in the last chapter, because as we say, and we don't have anything written for that part of the game yet, but it's nice to consider the possibility of main characters dying. I mean, who knows, maybe it could be Rose that dies. Carol might as well. We don't know yet. Make it super sad if they do die. Hi Eric, how's it going today? Having a good day? Rose wants everyone to live. I will cry if one of our awesome characters die, that's for sure. But sometimes stories need it. Sometimes you need that character death. I feel like people need to include a sort of organ donor, a yes or no thing on their character background info. Oh, how do you mean, Bell Sandwich? Expand on that in the Discord if you've got a good idea. Sometimes my brain turns into mush and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a cool idea, but I don't fully understand it. Can die for plot. Yes, no. Oh, okay, I get what you mean now. But what we'll do, we'll think of that when we get to a later episode, because we're still very early on, aren't we? So thinking of the death at the moment might be a bit premature, but when the time comes, all you guys that are characters, I'll gather you around and I'll be like, do you want your character to die in the final chapter, or do you mind if your character dies in the final chapter? More like yes or no or something. We'll think of a way to do it, because it's... Yeah. How's the new run train? It seems to be going okay so far, Eric, I have to say. Don't want to get my hopes up just yet, because maybe we'll get lag still, but it's been good in today's stream so far. Rose seems like a character that dies at the end of an episode. He's gone the next one, but he's resurrected in one after, and who knows? That could happen. Resurrection could be a thing. If it ever happens that a character dies and we think, actually, I wish they didn't die, maybe we could come across someone that can resurrect that character, because you never know. That's how a story's going to be. People will have different ideas, and if someone's like, oh crap, I didn't want that to happen, they might potentially want to change things in a later chapter or episode. And I feel like I'm losing my voice. It went all croaky then. So many ideas. It's fun, isn't it? Is Rose allowed to kill you, yes or no? Why am I losing my voice? What's happened? Probably because I'm talking too much. Okay, maybe I need some water. Anyway, let's go back to our other screen. Can the antagonist be resurrected too? Asking for yourself, Chub Cheeks, you mean, because you're an antagonist. But we don't know. Who knows? The answer is if we get to the point where we have to battle the antagonist, which will likely happen at some point, we'll have to fight you. We might kill you and you'll die, but you might come back to life later on and haunt us some more. Who knows? Or you might come back to life and become a good guy. You know, it can happen. Bad guys turn into good guys. That's a possibility too with some antagonists. There's also a chance that allies could turn into antagonists as well. Character arcs can do that. Hot tea and honey, hot chocolate. Well, stream, we still got time left. Streams might finish a slightly bit more early than usual this week. I kind of I want to do it as long as possible, but we'll see how I feel. I feel like today's gone better than I expected, and I'm glad I streamed. Nami, I'm immortal, a lizard chosen by the reptile god. Your character's really cool, Chub Cheeks. They're interesting. The premise for my stream avatar is he, one of the game's antagonists, have been defeated by the heroes. His punishment of the almost ending world is to use his time travelling powers to make a video game about the hero's journey. Ah, cool, Elite. I'm going to burp. It's funny you mentioned time travel, because who knows? We might have that in our game too. But we don't know. It could make things a bit complicated if we did. But this game, although it's a sort of fantasy kind of game so far, it could turn into sci-fi in some areas. Who knows? It would teleport to another world at some point. It's not ruling it out. I'm glad you stream, Rise. Thank you, Andy Cake. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do feel like I am losing my voice slightly, so I've got to look after it because I want to be okay for the rest of the week as well. But we'll carry on a little bit longer. So I've had a little ramble. I've shown you guys who have not been here from the beginning some of the stuff that you missed out on. And that is as well what the VODs are for, guys. If you want to look deeper into how we did that and came to that process, the VODs and all the YouTube videos, whichever you prefer, will be perfect for you to catch up on stuff and content that we did before. Okay, so Azriel's character sheet, here we are. Now we know, we read Azriel's story, so we have an understanding now why he regrets his past so much. And we can add that into the character sheet if we want. I'm kind of tempted to, just to make things a little bit more clear. Let's see how we go. Chocolate indeed. Thank you for joining the Discord, Scratch Mechanics. Appreciate you. Oh, I see a dialogue suggestion. Cool. Right, so What I'm going to do, Elite, with that dialogue, I'm going to read it all after stream once I've had my dinner and stuff. And because we'll be working on the dialogue tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to probably be a dialogue stream. We'll get that dialogue put in. Probably discuss it all more then, and we'll update the dialogue tree and stuff. But thank you for doing that. Appreciate that. Give it a quick glance so far, but looks good. Right guys, I'm going to go and BRB. Had too much water, that's why. So we need to go to the bathroom. I will be back very shortly. I won't keep you guys waiting too long.
Like a spring step
Hello, I'm back. How's it going? Let's get the volume. I want it to be. There we go. Okay, let's show my face. Hello. Welcome back. Thank you. I'm glad I managed to get it in by the deadline. I was sweating it when I realised I forgot this morning. Oh no, no pressure at all. Even if don't feel pressure to think of something every time. Only if there's something you absolutely think could be cool. There's never any pressure, guys. But I super appreciate it, obviously, because obviously I want to make the dialogue be awesome. Can you be converted to the forces of good, or are you eternally evil? What do you mean evil? Evil. I'm the good guy. You guys the baddies. Ha. Well, that's true. I mean, every baddie thinks they're a hero, don't they? I guess. So, from your point of view, that's true, Chub. Welcome back, Rez. Thank you, Esriel. Ooh, you'll get 140 raindrops before the end of stream. True the whole day. Hyper. Okay, so we've edited some of Asriel's sheet. Whatever I don't do this stream, I'll get finished off. Hopefully tomorrow. I would like to get this posted up on the Twitter. And whenever it's done, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, I will get it posted on the Twitter Asriel. So yeah, Hypoo, be nice to do some dialogue tomorrow. And not sure what we do for the rest of the week. Once the dialogue's done, maybe enemy skills, maybe, because that's kind of the next task once we've done the dialogue. It's definitely really what we need to focus on, because yeah, that's the next bit for sure. So we can't really progress onto thinking of the boss until we've decided more about the other enemies and the hero skills themselves for their classes, for warrior, hunter and vampire. Okay, so let's get Google Doc up and read Asriel's information. So this question here comes later, so we'll go back to that. Most of it's in order, but for some reason I do put the faction bit a bit lower. And what is your goal? To forget your past. So we have to edit that bit. To forget your past. So we'll leave the 2. We'll change the stuff in the box once we've done, pardon me, once we've changed the goal. There we go. Probably need to move it a bit across. There we go. gonna go so from a stream. Good luck, Rosie. Awesome, Elite is streaming again today. I'm glad to hear it. Hope it goes well. See you soon, maybe. I'll drop you a lurk for sure. Maybe even send my community over if you're set up in time. We'll see. Later. Because I have promised Elite a raid. Because it's very, very appropriate for us to finish this stream with another RPG Maker stream. So, maybe today, Elite. If you're set up in time, we'll see. Okay. Get your past. Right, so wandering the land and helping where he can, hoping that countless small deeds will eventually raid one terrible deed in his past. Okay, so we are going to change this to first person, Asriel. The wording, just so it all fits consistently with all the character sheets. But in all your little docs that you do about Asriel's backstory, it's fine to keep that in third person for sure if you prefer writing in that style. But just for consistency, I always change it to first person. That's fine, I expected that. Yay! So as always, I always leave a letter there so I can align it because I'm lazy. Okay, Georgia. Is it 16? I think it is. Okay, so let's word this as first person. I wander the land helping where I can. Keep exactly the same. Just literally just change it to I. Okay, Waller testing Discord. Please don't worry too much about it if it's too long, and definitely not right now in the slightest. Awesome battle sandwich, yeah. I mean, I don't always like read what you guys say for sure, but I tend to think I kind of put it to the side and think once we get to this, something that's relevant with this, we'll definitely bring it back up again and discuss it then. Just so I don't get overwhelmed with the project with too many bits of info, basically. Okay. Oh my god, my tummy did a massive rumble then. I hope you didn't hear. I wander the land helping where I can. Hoping that countless small good deeds will eventually erase one terrible deed in my past. Okay, I think that's perfect then. So let's just split it up so it's not going over the page. Do we have it centered? I can't remember. Do we center all the character sheets now? I'm gonna have to look and check. Yeah, we do. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. I might need to change the alignment. Okay, so you all had Mountain Dew Voodoo. I swear it tastes like drinking Skittles. Oh my god, is that a Halloween themed drink? It sounds like it, but I've never tried it before. No, you're 100% good. It's not even remotely relevant right now. Awesome. I mean, I love you guys thinking ahead for sure, because you know when we get to a certain point, that stuff is going to be we're going to need to think about it for sure. So it's always good to have those ideas there ready. That's a good way to handle ideas for later though, yeah. I've decided that just because obviously for anybody it could get overwhelming if they've got a bazillion different ideas going through their head at one time. So I tend to stay focused on what's currently important. But I definitely bookmark the later ideas so when we get there we know we can think about them. Mountain Dew has it out for Halloween. It's a mystery flavour, but yet to me it tastes like Skittles. That sounds awesome. I want to try it now because I like Skittles and I really like sweet things. World building is just like my favourite thing with all this stuff. Fluff lore, me too. It's a big reason I really enjoy doing these streams as well in this game. It's super fun. It's one of the fun parts. All of it's fun, but that's exceptionally fun. Okay, so should we fill in Asriel's emotional disposition and stuff? We do the avatar and the sprite last. We put those in Photoshop. So let's get the Google form back up. And what I usually do is I just write them down in Notepad so I don't have to keep checking what they are. So Mel, and I think he's our first he's the first one with this particular emotional disposition out of all the characters, I believe. So that's awesome. Nice to have a sad character in the game. Pests. I don't think we got many pessimistic characters either. Honest, controlled, cautious. Skittles sounds, but is it too sweet, would you say, or do you like it tasting like Skittles? Okay, so I've wrote all your traits in Notepad and we'll get those in first before we fill in the last bits. But as I said, maybe, you know this section here where it talks about deepest, darkest secret? That might be the bit I sort of change now I know what the backstory is, but we'll see because I'm still undecided. But if you don't mind though, Asriel. Like to write way too much a lot of time, so yay, I like that. Writing's cool, and it'll help give me ideas as well, because you guys have if you guys have good ideas. I really like it. I wonder if it's available here, because I want some. Okay, so I'm going to delete the ones that need changing. Honest and controlled we can keep. Cautious we can keep. Open-minded, reserved and rebellious. Okay, so yeah, he's got the same, so we'll keep those ones there. Now let's fill in the others. Tommy's rumbling, it's dinner time for me. Okay. Not sure if the alignment's 100% correct at the moment, but I'll change that afterwards. we go. At least it's filled in. So we've done half of it. Well, we've done over half, kind of. We've just got these bits to fill in. We're definitely going to have to make the character sheet a bit longer. Oops, I haven't shown you. Damn it, guys, I've done it again. I've kept the Google Doc up and it was hiding that graphic scale. Imagine it would be if you'll celebrate Halloween. Yeah, we kind of do, but it's not as like hyped up as it is in the US as a holiday, I guess. Going home for mine soon, yay! Okay, so we are going to have to make the canvas larger in length so we can fit your info in here as well. But I'm probably going to do that off stream now because we're getting to a point where we've got to finish up. I want to get in a raid, so I like to do that because otherwise if I leave the ending stream too late, we don't get a chance to really do that. So exclamation mark raid. So guys, if you want to join in the raid, now is the time. Rose Red Blood with an emote of your choice, guys. No spamming though. But let's go. So I'm just gonna. It's really nice now because I can have my following open without it stealing all my memory. Looks like lag's not a problem, guys. This stream has shown that it isn't anyway, but we won't know properly if it's working until tomorrow when we do a test play of the game, because the time when we usually always get lag is when we do the test plays of Raindrop Chronicles. So we'll be definitely testing that tomorrow because we've got a dialogue and cutscene stream to be doing, and we'll be doing a lot of tests to see how that looks tomorrow. Have a nice night, afternoon, evening, something. Yeah, sort of evening. Nearly 6 PM in the evening here, so it's evening. Okay, so we are going to go and raid Elite because, oh my goodness, my stomach is raiding. He's just started streaming RPG Maker, guys, and to support him and what he's doing, I think we need to say, because he's a pretty cool community member and I really want to show love to RPG Maker projects. So, raid Elite. I'm going to get his stream up ready. So guys, be awesome. Hang out with Elite for a bit, have a chat, have a peek at his game, see what he's doing and what he's up to in RPG Maker. He has a really super interesting avatar. So let's go, guys. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I'll do some character sheet tonight as real, but in case I don't finish it, because I'm not 100% sure what's going on tonight, but it'll be definitely finished at some point this week, probably tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest, and then we'll get it up on Twitter once it's done for you. So, and you do have a Twitter, so I can tag you, which is cool. Yay! But I'm glad we've got your character sorted and what he looks like. Hooray! Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.